Hi Scorpio, welcome to your August 2020 Astrology 33 love reading. Thank you to those of you who've liked, viewed, shared, subscribed, and donated to the channel. I appreciate all of that. For those of you interested in booking a personal reading with me, just check out the description of the video for more details there. As far as what we have in front of us, this is why I call it the bridging the gap spread, and the way it works is the cards on the left side represent your energy toward the connection with your main love interest. Cards on the right side represent their energy toward the connection. These are the past energies, present energies, future energies. And once we get through all those, we'll actually pull some oracle cards with some additional insight. That's where the bridging the gap dynamic comes into play. And as far as the decks being used, on the left side we have the Lover's Path Tarot, on the right side we have the Tarot of Sexual Magic. Also keep in mind it's a general reading, so while I'm going to be referring to the cards on the left as your energy, if you feel more like the cards on the right represent your energy and the card on the left represent the other person's, definitely roll with that. Alright? So, for all that said, past energy on your side, we have Judgment. So this is actually an energy that I usually view as Scorpio energy. Obviously the Death card is your primary major arcana card, but if we think of Scorpio as often referred to 8th house energy, death and rebirth, this to me is the rebirth energy of that. So this looks like this is saying that you guys reconnected with a person from your past. Could have been during that Venus retrograde cycle as well, since that happened in Gemini, which is your 8th house, so could be the connection there. So it could just be saying that they might have come back around, or you came back around to them in a recent past, and you guys might have reconnected. And this might have been a situation that might have been dormant for a while, so you might have thought that there might not have been an opportunity for a second chance in a situation, so it might have caught you off guard a little bit, but that's what I'm seeing there. Past energy on their side is the King of Pentacles. So this is actually the court card for Taurus. So that's your opposite sign. So for some of you, you could be dealing with the Taurus, but more importantly, this could just be saying that, they might have come forward to you. I'm feeling a majority of you, they were the ones who came forward with the offer. And with that said, it looks like they probably offered something fairly serious with that King of Pentacles energy. And it looks like if we look at the feminine energy in the card, it looks like there's some shyness involved. So I feel like it was just probably more of you being caught off guard by them coming forward more than anything, but that's what I'm seeing there. The present position on your side, we have the 3 of coins. So this is actually Capricorn energy for you guys. That's your 3rd house communication, and obviously there's been tons of energy going on there for a while. And usually it represents building and collaborating, but what stands out to me in this card in particular from this deck is that here we just see the one person alone. So could just be saying that, maybe you feel like they're not really helping you build in the way that you'd hope for. You might feel like they're not collaborating in the way that you'd hope for. But at the same time, I feel like you're not communicating that to this person. So that's the tricky part there. And that's where I feel like, because like I said, this is Capricorn energy. Because, if you look at her facial expressions, she doesn't look like she's too happy. So I feel like it's just saying that, you might have gotten to a certain point with this person, and it could just be a realization too that depending on how long you guys were separated, this could also be a realization on your part that now you guys have a long way to go, before you're actually where you want to be as a couple. That's another way you could be playing out. But I view this more than anything as a need to communicate on your part. Present energy on their side, we see the 10 of Pentacles. So this is Virgo energy here. And to me, what this is saying is that they definitely see long-term potential in the connection. They see a lot of possibilities in it, and they're definitely interested in pursuing something long-term. Now, what it could be saying is that maybe the two of you are just viewing the situation differently, where, we see them at 10 of Pentacles thinking that, they just might think that the connection's a bit further ahead than you do, basically. So, let's say, especially if they might have been the person who left in the past, and that could be one reason, right? So you might feel like, okay, you came back around and everything sounds good, but, you just might have a little reluctance around trusting it, right? So you just might feel like you need to see a little bit more from them before you feel comfortable viewing it as like a 10 of Pentacles type situation. But like I said, if that's the case, it looks like there might need to be some communication on your part. The 10 of Pentacles in this deck, what always sticks out to me about it is the mirror that we see there. So to me, that could just be saying that they actually will mirror your effort. So if you let them know, hey, this is what I want, this is what I need, it looks like they would accommodate that. So might just have to have that talk. All right. And future energy on your side, we have the Five of Coins in reverse. So in the upright, this usually is an energy that represents being left out in the cold, usually leaving a connection behind, or just going through a really difficult time within the connection. So the good thing is to see this in reverse. It looks like you're coming out of that energy. So it could just be saying that your feelings toward the connection might improve a little bit. As far as the timeline, this represents the first 10 degrees of Taurus, which again is your opposite sign of relationship. So could be when Uranus turns retrograde that you might start to feel this way, which is right around the third week of August. So keep an eye out for that time. Maybe that might be when you start to feel a little bit more optimistic around the connection. And then the future energy on their side, we have the moon. So could just be saying that they might feel a little bit confused around the connection, especially if for some reason, like I said, if your energy was a bit pessimistic in the present, and then in the future you might all of a sudden, change your mind about it. That might throw them for a bit of a loop. Keep in mind that there's going to be a full moon early in the month in Aquarius, and that's going to have some tense energy going with a square aspect with Uranus, which is in your opposite sign. So just try to be mindful of that. If there could be, there might be some confusing communication around that time that maybe could throw things off between the two of you. But I don't necessarily see it as anything long term if that's the case. Could just be saying that it's the way that they view the connection too, which was what I was talking about, where maybe you felt like, you saw, okay, we have a long way to go to get the connection where we want to be, whereas maybe they feel like, oh, we're already at the Ten of Pentacles stage. So it's another way it could be playing out too, which is to just say that they're not seeing the situation as clearly. Maybe they're looking at it a bit more idealistically than you are. But it looks like either way, it looks like you are going to warm up to the idea and move forward with them. But just wanted to mention that. Bottom of the deck on your side, we have the Prince of Cups. So this is actually the equivalent of the Knight of Cups, which is Pisces energy, which for you guys is your fifth house of romance. So this could just be saying that maybe you might open up to this person and express your feelings. And like I said, at the very least in the present, it looks like you might need to be a bit more expressive with them and let them know what's on your mind if you feel like, maybe you feel like they're viewing the connection as a lot further ahead than you feel it is, and then maybe you guys could have that discussion. And it looks like that would be fairly productive if you do so. Like I said, just watch out for that full moon. The energy there is going to be a little tricky. And then the bottom of the deck on their side, we have the Eight of Chalices. So this is actually Pisces energy here, and to me, I feel like this is just saying that feeling of rejection. Usually the Eight of Cups points to moving away to look for something more fulfilling. But here, I mean, the artwork is almost self-explanatory, right? We see the masculine energy coming forward, and the feminine energy is not really into it. So kind of similar to the energy of this card here that we see in the past, although this looks a little bit more, direct as far as the rejection, right? So could just be saying that, in the past you might have rejected them, and this could just be saying that, now they've come back around, or this could just be saying they might feel your energy in the present, where, like I said, normally with the Three of Pentacles, I'd view that as 100% positive, but like I said, her body language and the fact that she's alone there makes me feel like you're just feeling like, okay, yes, this has potential. I think that you definitely see potential in the connection, but you just might feel like there's more work to be done than this person does. So that might make them feel a bit rejected as well. So hopefully that made sense for you guys, but we'll see what we get from the Oracle cards next. First, we'll see if we get anything from the Mystic Moon Oracle deck here. I did pre-shuffle it, and we're just going to be looking for some jumpers. First, I'll be looking for unspoken messages from you to them, and then from them to you. And if I shuffle for a while without anything coming up, I'll just move on to the next Oracle deck, since it's just a general reading, but we'll see if we get anything. Okay, nothing coming up there. So next we'll see if we get any unspoken messages from them to you. All right, nothing coming up there either. I'll give it a few more shuffles though. All right, so yeah, we'll move on to the next Oracle deck, and that's the Wisdom of the Oracle deck right here. Same situation I did pre-shuffle this deck. Here we're just looking for one card though for some general advice, and we'll wrap up. All right. Worst case, if nothing comes up here, I will just put the deck down and we'll pick a random card because I do at least like to actually have a bunch of cards drop. So hold on, let me pick those up and we'll start shuffling again. Sorry about that, guys. All right. Take two. So I'll give it a few more shuffles. Hopefully not drop half the deck again. And then we'll put the deck down, worst case, and just pick a random card. All right, yeah, let me put the deck down. And give me a second, we'll just pull a card. Okay. All right, we have Yin. There's the artwork, and the number is 2. All right, it says the feminine principle of receptivity, letting someone else make the first move, gathering information and taking in cues, the art of conscious allowing. The Oracle's message. This is a time of calculated receptivity as you gracefully await what is coming to you, ready to accept it when it appears. Yin does not involve frozen dreams or even resting, but rather consciously allowing things to flow to you, poised to receive the bounty that will be made available to you. It implies sensitivity as you alertly study the actions of others and contemplate how they will affect you and yours. Remember, you must make space for miracles to appear. Be the shaped, not the shaper, and you'll see how quickly your dreams manifest. So an interesting message there, and in a way what this could even just be pointing to is maybe the energy that we're seeing here with that 3 of coins that I was mentioning before could just be like a bit of pessimism on your part, which is to say, when I was saying the 10 of Pentacles there, to me represents like that mirroring thing too, which is to say that, you might just have to have a little bit more faith in the connection and their ability to come through. And then that could be what that 5 of coins represents in the future, which is to say, you are letting your guard down a little bit and actually being more open to the connection. And then that might actually lead to the forward movement, but hopefully that resonated with you guys. And then the relationship message says, let others take the lead right now. Your power lies in small gestures, soft awareness, and conscious surrender. By yielding the reins, you will find yourself effortlessly moving closer to what you truly desire. Permit others to tell you who they are and who they can be to you by allowing their actions to speak about them. You will be pleasantly surprised. So yeah, definitely an interesting message there too. And like I said, with that King of Pentacles in the past as well, I was getting that vibe that, you might have been caught off guard by them coming toward you with an offer. And then, like I said, it looks like there's that 8 of Cups energy where they might have felt rejected. So maybe that's what the Prince of Cups is pointing to there, which is to say, just give them a little sign that you are interested in, and looks like things will unfold in a positive manner from there. But hopefully that resonated with you guys. We'll wrap up there, and I'll see you all next month. All right, bye.